I would like to call Alian Riaz Khan.
Muhammad Usman Khan, that is the name of a teacher at a government school not far from here. And he's like many of the teachers here today. But there is one thing that separates him from the rest, and that is that he wouldn't just decide to teach his own students at his school or his community or even his city, but the entire nation. And so, 2 months ago, as I would sit down to research for the speech, that man would occupy the top of my list for what to feature. And then I would also come across a quote that would then make me rethink my entire view on not just this topic, but also the character of that man. The quote is that many people wish to see the world change, few wish to change it themselves. Mr. Usman is indeed a part of that view. He's not like the rest, lazy, unambitious, inactive, procrastinating. He looked around at his society in despair, corrupted, polluted, illiterate, and he decided that he would take matters into his own hands, standing up for what he believed in, for our environment, for our education, and for our rights. And in doing so, through his strength and determination, he would become that beacon, that light that shines the world. And he would build a following of not just thousands, but of tens of thousands of people. He would also make me realize of how personal change is, of the fact that even if it may be seen as something that happens to us, we can shape it, we can influence it. It begins with us. As David Hawkins would say, we change the world not by what we say or by what we do, but by what we have become. And so, to change the world, one must start by changing himself. Much like that teacher, he must change his habits, his actions, his attitudes, his personality, his character, his thoughts. And he must transform himself so that he may be the example for the very change he hopes to see. As Rumi said, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I want to change myself. And many greats, ranging from Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, to our own Qaid Azam, and even the greatest catalyst of change, our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all the way down to that very teacher. Each of these figures are evidence. All of these flags, they are evidence that change is no spectator sport, nor is it a passive process. It demands action. It demands sacrifice. It demands seizing the initiative. It demands embarking on that solitary quest for change. It demands that you become that catalyst. It demands that you become that spark of a revolution. It demands that you become that ripple that turns into a wave. As John Quincy Adams would quote, if your actions inspire others to do more, dream more, and become more, then you are a leader. And so, of course, there will always be those who are apprehensive to change. History is evident that change is always resisted, no matter how just and noble it may be. But if we are ever to progress and to free ourselves of those systems, those customs, those traditions, those shackles, then we must learn to move forward with unwavering resolve and complete faith. As it is made clear to us in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Indeed, Allah does not change the conditions of those people who are unwilling to change their conditions from within. And so, I say to you that you are a piece of the puzzle, that you do have a role, a place, a duty to yourself, to your nation in bringing change. And as Iqbal said, the destiny of a nation rests within the hands of the individuals. Every individual is the star of a nation's identity. And I leave you with a few questions. Why aren't you like that teacher? Why aren't you a part of the process of change? Why aren't you putting down that phone? Why aren't you deciding to do what needs to be done? What will you have done in 30 years? What is the purpose of your life? And will you choose to be a part of that many who are merely but observers to change, or that few who are pioneers of it. The choice is yours. Thank you very much.